maximum of 12 games left to play, 3 series left. India are entering the final stretch of their World Cup preparations. It begins with 3 ODIs in West Indies against a team which, for the first time in the history of any men's World Cup, will not be part of the competition. Welcome to ESPNcricinfo Match Day. A big few months lie ahead for a format which is usually fighting for relevance. And we're delighted to welcome back an old friend on our live programming, Wasim Jaffer. Good to see you. It's been a while. Interesting few months where, for a change, and after a long time, ODIs will take priority in in all the talk around cricket.
Yes, thanks, Yash. It's nice to be back again. And yes, obviously the World Cup is around the corner. So obviously, one-day cricket will take priority. Obviously, we had T20 World Cup, and obviously everyone played T20, T20s at that time. So now it's time for the 50 overs to, take precedence. So yeah, interesting times. I'm actually looking forward to see the kind of 11 India picks and things ahead. 15, 16 one days to go before we play the World Cup. So interesting times.
We do have team news in. India's playing 11, which a lot of us have been waiting for. It's hard to call. There it is on your screens. There is a debutant right at the end of that list, Mukesh Kumar, who got his test cap in Port of Spain, now gets his maiden ODI call-up. He, Umran Malik and Shardul Thakur are the 3 pacers, along with Hardik Pandya and Ravindra Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav being the 2 spinners. The top 3 was on expected lines. Number 4 is where the keeper choice had to be made, and Ishan Kishan has been picked over Sanju Samson, which means Wasim, once again, as has been the case quite often, we're left wondering, when will Sanju Samson get a go?
Yeah, I mean, I thought, they are looking at Ishan Kishan as a backup opener, as well as obviously the backup wicketkeeper. And then Sanju probably will bat in the middle order, so I thought he'll get an opportunity first. But again, that's surprising. So who's that third opener? Probably Rituraj Gaikwad or I don't know who, because Rituraj Gaikwad has been picked, in the Asian Games. So again, I don't know who's that third opener is, but I'm a little surprised not seeing Sanju there, and I'm surprised at not seeing Akshar Patel there, because I thought when Ravindra Jadeja wasn't available, he was really brilliant with ball and bat. And I feel going forward, India need to think about playing 3 spinners because Jadeja and Akshar can bat at 7 and 8. And they are very important players. And then again, we can pick 3 seamers. And I mean, it's all provided how much Hardik Pandya can bowl. But this is something which I expected. I expected India to go with 3 seamers and Hardik Pandya the 4th seamer, and they'll drop 1 spinner. So I'm a little surprised, but I expected this.
All right. So going back to that Ishan Kishan call, do you think it's his left-handedness that is winning him this duel with Samson, given that India do find themselves in a situation where almost no one in the mix of players available happens to be left-handed in your batting options?
It could be, but again, I'm a little surprised that Ishan Kishan haven't batted there in the one-day internationals. Just because he's a left-hander, that's a tricky one. A good player is a good player, whether he's a right-hander or a left-hander. It doesn't matter. And like I said in my preview also, if Akshar Patel would have played, I would have, backed him to bat at number 5 or number 6. If things are going well, because he's a good enough batter to bat at number 4 or 5 or 6. So I think they are probably, in my mind, I feel they're probably thinking at Ishan Kishan as the backup wicketkeeper after KL Rahul. Is that all I can think of?
Right. That's that on the players who don't feature. Let's spend a few minutes on the ones who do feature. And let's start with Mukesh Kumar, Wasim, because he gets his debut a week after making his maiden test bow, which was his first India appearance. Having seen him in that test and whatever you've seen of him earlier in the IPL included, what does he bring to the mix as a white ball pace option?
Well, obviously, he brings a lot of promise. He's got a lot of things going right for him. I thought he bowled well in the Test match. He can swing the ball. Whatever little I've seen of him in the IPL, I thought he had a lot of clarity. He bowled his Yorkers really well, so I thought he had a plan and he executed his plans really well. Uh, and I feel, going forward, he can be one of the bowlers who can. Obviously, we are playing test matches in South Africa, so he could be that guy. And it's not a bad idea if Siraj is not available to look at Mukesh Kumar and see how he does in ODI cricket also. Because I feel, he's got a good action. He can, clock 140 plus. So it will be interesting to see how he goes in these ODIs.
And he will be part, as he was in the tests, of what is quite an inexperienced bowling lineup because Mohammad Siraj, of course, was pulled out of this tour just a day prior to this ODI series, a precautionary measure after he complained of a sore ankle after the test. And that makes sense because India do need to cotton wool their certainties given all the injury issues they've been surrounded by. But that means, Wasim, that Shardul Thakur, with 35 matches and 50 wickets, is now the most experienced seamer in this attack. Uh, what are the boxes he needs to tick if he has to be a strong contender when India are looking at that broader World Cup plan?
Well, you need to show the experience into performance. Again, he is not a certainty at this point of time, and he's after Hardik Pandya, he's probably the next all-rounder in the side, the pace bowling all-rounder. So he needs to bowl well, and he's got the knack of picking wickets. So he needs to do that, bowl well in the middle phases. Probably he'll need to bowl in the death also, because Mukesh is very new. And Umran, obviously, is very new to the ODI circuit also. So he need to show that experience and whatever opportunities that he get as a batter also. He need to do well. He's shown a lot of promise as a batter. He just need to do that, grab his opportunities, and if he does that, he could be that fourth seamer, 3+1 fast bowler, come all rounder in the World Cup squad.
Right. Whichever way you look at it, there'll be so much to talk about come the end of this game, given the whole mix of players who's not played, who's played. Let's take you through the West Indies lineup before we wrap this. They field quite a changed look from the side that played their last ODI, which obviously was towards the end of that forgettable World Cup qualifiers campaign in Zimbabwe. Shai Hope, the captain, also the wicket keeper. Alec Athanas gets a go at number 4, impressed in his debut Test series against India. Also had a great ODI debut, the fastest half century on ODI debut a few months ago. Shimron Hetmeyer is back after a long while absent from the ODI setup. He has 2 ODI hundreds against India, so India will be wary of him. You look at the bowling mix, West Indies have gone with a lot of fast bowling all-rounders. Kyle Mayers, Romario Shepherd, Dominic Drakes, all seamers who can bat, and there's Jaden Seals, and then the 2 spinners in Yannick Karaya and Gudakesh Motti. Wasim, thoughts on that lineup? Highly changed from what we saw in Zimbabwe and suggests that West Indies too obviously are trying to look ahead to a future call.
Yeah, I mean the batting still looks pretty good. Like I said, Shai Hope, Kyle Mayers, then Robman Powell, Shimron Hetmeyer, Ali Cathanes has looked good. Brandon King has been around for a while. So I would say the batting is still pretty good. The bowling has little inexperience, but you can see the promise there. Dominic Drakes have been around. He's been playing around the league. Jaden Seals have done well. Romario Shepherd has played in the IPL. So they've got a little bit of experience. But like I said, it's a good opportunity for them to test against this strong Indian lineup. And if they do perform well and if they do, beat India, that will be a huge confidence booster for them. So they just need to do their basics right and, chip in with good performances and compete neck to neck with India. And you never know, they've still got some experience there, especially in their batting lineup.
Yes, it's been a while since they had a win against India, especially in this format. Can West Indies change that? How will India go with this new setup, an inexperienced pace attack? So many questions that we posed before the series, so many questions that have come after this toss. And I'm sure there will be many through the length of this game. Wasim Jaffer will have his thoughts ready for you. If you're in India when you wake up tomorrow morning, you will have his post-match insights available on ESPNcricinfo. So Wasim, I look forward to your company at the end of this night. Hopefully, not a lot of rain, and we can wrap it at a relatively saner time of 3 a.m. IST. So that's it from us on ESPN Cricket for Match Day. Be sure to catch all the updates and everything around from the world of cricket on the ESPN Cricket Info app. See you soon.